being poor does not necessarily translate to having a poor mentality. You can be poor and not have a poor mentality. Right, so there's a poor mentality I really want to talk about it. Now, growing up as a child, there were so many things that we were not privy to have at that time because of certain constraints that we had. So things like AC, washing machine. And so growing up, people around us, our neighbors who couldn't afford these things or not exposed to getting these things made me feel these things were bad. So growing up, they used to tell me that a washing machine is not good to wash clothes, that it doesn't wash clothes clean. And some will even come with the argument that when you wash your clothes with a washing machine, your clothes can get torn in the process of washing. And then some people say AC causes cancer. And in my times of research, I've never seen where they said the air that comes from AC causes carcinogens. It's not there. So I don't know where they got that analogy from. And then also growing up, we used to use grinding stone to grind pepper, and they'd be like, do not use the blender because if you use the blender to blend pepper, it's not going to be smooth. Like, where are all these? Like, where did all these things come from? The fact that you could not afford it or you are not privy to use it, do you have to criticize it? So growing up, I grew up with that mentality. And where it broke actually was the first time I went to my elder brother's house when he started staying alone. I went to his house. This guy had an AC. I put on the AC, man. I slept that day like a security man who just lost his job. I slept like a fool. Oh my goodness. And then I was going to wash my clothes that day. I put the whole of my clothes in the washing machine. I was expecting that, what they were telling me was going to be true, that when I bring it out, the cloth is not going to be clean, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? The cloth was clean. The cloth was actually clean. That was when I knew that, okay. Bro, I said, okay, let me blend pepper and make stew. I blended the pepper. The pepper was, Jesus. So the fact that you guys could not afford it all the time or whatsoever, you just have to criticize it. So I now understood that those things they were saying, they were poor mentality. You go to the market, instead of getting fresh tomatoes to buy, you go and look for the ones that are broken and you want to use it to make because you want it to be more. Those things are poor mentality. Poor mentality. So I just told myself that the fact that I was able to break out from that mentality already, I wouldn't want somebody to drag me into that mentality. So it's even going to go into my choice of partner. Like anybody I'm going to end up with, I need to understand fully well that you do not have that poor mentality, because being poor does not necessarily translate to having a poor mentality. You can be poor and not have a poor mentality. You understand? But there are certain persons who already have that poor mentality. Even when they become rich, they still have the poor mentality. And then you start seeing them being stingy to themselves. Poor mentality, man, is bad. It's bad.